You'll be my forever friend. This love will never end. No, nothing can come between us. No, with you, my heart I can trust. Without expectations, labels, caught up in silly love fables. We'll see through the illusions of love to find the treasure in being forever friends.
Someone said that, you know, it only time. You basically have to wait and give it time to tell if someone's genuine towards you in relationships. And that is a well-known idea, and many people say that. But I know that I've spoken to many people where, you know, relationships didn't pan out the way that they wanted it to, and they wish a part of them feels like, oh my gosh, I wasted so much time, I invested so much of my energy and, you know, giving myself and my love and my all to this person, and, you know, whether they felt like the person didn't reciprocate back to them that same type of investment and dedication and commitment, and they feel like the one thing that you can't get back is the time that you do invest and you do spend. And while, you know, depending on the mind state that you have, every relationship you can grow through and you can become a better person for it, and we all know that. But time is so precious. It's one of our most valuable resources here, and again, you can't ever get it back. And so I think to just say only time will tell is not enough. It's not enough. And I wouldn't feel, you know, when I do my workshops, or if I am talking to my, you know, private clients in my coaching calls, I wouldn't feel good enough telling them, oh, well, you know, you just got to give it time. And don't get me wrong, that yes, time will expose just about anything. But I feel that we are individuals that are come equipped with so many things. Especially, I'm a firm believer of trusting in your intuition, trusting in your gut, especially if it's backed by a higher source. And once you're tuning into that, I believe that you can be able to, you know, see things for what they really are, and that includes the people that come into your space. So, and one of the things that, you know, I didn't say in the other video that I posted, and what triggered my thought when I saw that comment when somebody said only time will prove if someone's genuine. The thing that I love about principles, and when I say principles, I do want to say I don't want to mix up principles and standards, and I think sometimes people do use them. They kind of interchangeably. A standard is something that it evolves through time. And I know a lot of us, and even when I did my Interact workshop, I asked a question like, okay, what are some of your relationship standards? And oh my God, there was a slew. They had so many things on that list that had nothing to do with, per se, you know, really, like you almost couldn't identify it as a standard, because, and it proved the point. My point was that, you know, when you principle is something that is almost like it's not almost, it is a fundamental truth. So it goes beyond time. It means that whatever things that occur, advancements in technology, social change, environment, the fundamental truth, the fundamental principle is still going to apply. Right? It goes beyond our sexual orientation, our gender, our cultural background, our upbringing. And that's what I love about a principle, because it can't be refuted. Whereas a standard, right? There's so many standards that have changed throughout time. You know, right? Technology has changed a lot of our standards in the way that we live. So a standard is something that can be changed, and also a standard is something that you can have, and it can differ from person to person based on their cultural upbringing, their environment, and things that they've experienced in life. Whereas a fundamental principle is something that, no, it doesn't matter where you come from, you're going to fall in line with that. And so when I was doing my workshop, and I think what is really important to understand the difference between a standard and a principle. And once you understand the difference between a standard and a principle, and then you start to understand that there are certain principles that no matter if you're conscious or not, your life is still going to be governed by it. Once you understand that, and then you can apply that to your relationships, then when somebody approaches you, and you start to learn them and start to listen to them, and you start to listen to, you know, does this person have certain principles that they understand, that they live by, you know? And then you can determine what type of person they are, you know. Don't get me wrong, time is also going to expose that, but I think we need to have a heads up, and there is something within our intuition that helps us to either connect to a person on a certain level, way before having to say, okay, well, I'm just going to wait this out and then I'm going to see if this person is who they said they are. I think we come equipped with being able to be able to understand and see the genuineness and authenticity of a person.